Yo, yo, what up? It's your boy EM, representing our leader, California, to the day I motherfucking die, you heard? If you guys want any new footage, as far as my music, videos, all of that shit, holla at me at my email. That's eddy.mirrors@AOL.com. Once again, if you want to get your shit right and get some real shit from the streets as far as hip hop, rap, and all of that, holla at your boy at eddy.mirrors@AOL. Yeah, I want to touch on the topic today, and my topic today will be the Skummz, spelled as SKUMMZ. Now, these low-life motherfuckers, I knew these little punk sluts for a while ago. I said like a good 20 years, or even longer than that. Back in 1996, I was only from the group, I say a good 2.5 years, you know. I was out in the streets gangbanging and all of that, but it was me and another dude. We was like the only two motherfuckers that was a part of the organizations that we was rapping and we was gangbanging at the same time, you know, during that era. I say like from 1994 to 1996 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or even earlier than that, probably 92, 93 or something like that. Well, anyway, it was probably like 2.5 years, 3 years, from 93 to 96. So, as far as Terrence, this fat fucker, aka At Rest, he always been a pussy to me. We used to be real tight back then, you know what I'm saying? That was like my nigga back then, you know, that was my dog. I did like probably like a good 8 songs at his house when we used to meet up after school at the bus stop, and I just go straight to that nigga house, you know what I'm saying, from the city of Chatsworth all the way to his house in Arleta, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool over there, you know what I'm saying? I used to, you know, lay a lot of shit down over there. But during that time when I was laying shit down over there, that nigga's sister, she handed me a letter when I went to go use the restroom while he was engineering my music in his room, because we used to record in this motherfucking room, you feel me? So when he was engineering my shit, I closed the door behind me, because his dad was just a nigga that always be bitching and shit about the music being too loud. So when I went to the restroom, I seen his sister. His sister gave me the number, and I wind up fucking her, you know what I'm saying? So I guess after I fucked her, you know, he didn't respect that, so me and that nigga just pretty much lost contact, and that was that. As far as my songs go, I never got my songs, you know. I wasn't really tripping off that shit, you know, because I used to just go over there and just lay shit down for free. I used to just give niggas free bars, straight up. As far as Bliss, Total Bliss, I don't got no animosity towards him, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a little drama going on probably like 16 years ago, but you know, you know, that shit got put to rest, you know. Like, I can't hold a grudge towards an individual that really didn't do too much to me, you know what I'm saying? So back then I kinda, you know, dislike some shit that he done behind my back, but it ain't really something serious, you know, to fire on a nigga for, you know. He ain't done something, you know, to make me, you know, he ain't done something to basically push my buttons to, you know, get me really aggravated with the motherfucker, you dig? Alright, as far as Riff Raff go, Riff Raff, he always been a homo thug. You know, he was just like the DJ out of the whole bunch. Now, I ain't talking about Riff Raff, the white dude from MTV and none of that shit. Not the corny looking motherfucker that look like Machine Gun Kelly. It's another cat, a black dude, you know, he had like dreads and shit. Nigga used to smell like shit all the time. This nigga was just a fat idiot that was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? So he thought he knew what he was doing behind the boards, but the nigga didn't know what the fuck he was doing really. We used to go to his house, record some music too, but he became a sucker for love ass nigga down the road. And last thing I heard anything about the nigga, I heard like 3 different stories from the nigga. One, I heard the nigga was a Mason and he moved to Nevada. 2, I heard the nigga was twisting balloons. The nigga was a balloon twister, making fucking animals, just all kind of weird shit out of balloons in Hollywood somewhere. And 3, I heard the nigga got caught, you know, kissing his brother. So I heard, you know, the nigga became gay or some shit. That's what I heard. I heard like, you know, some nigga seen the nigga on the bus stop, you know, somewhere out there in North Hollywood with his brother sitting on his lap. And at that time, them niggas was old dudes. Them niggas was like 25 years old or some shit like that. So those are the 3 stories I heard about Riff Raff, you know what I'm saying? I heard he was a Mason, I heard he was gay, then I heard he had a job twisting balloons in Hollywood. I ain't seen the motherfucker in 18 years, so I could care less what the fat nigga doing, you know what I'm saying? But I know, like, we used to get into it with that nigga a lot because we used to record a shitload of music at his house. Then when it was time, you know, for niggas to get their shit back, he was always, you know, like slacking off with the music. Like, he was a slacker. You know, he always had some bullshit ass excuse why, you know, he couldn't get to it as far as get to the music to give to us. So we pretty much stopped fucking with the nigga back then and left the nigga where he was at. I heard a nigga had some beef with Buckwheat. You know what I'm saying? Buckwheat was a local rapper from North Hollywood. You know, he spelled his name with 2 C's. I never understood why he spelled it with 2 C's because from my knowledge, you know, back then the nigga was never gangbanging. Now as far as now gangbanging, I don't know. I ain't seen that nigga in 4 years, so that's that. But I know those 2 niggas had, you know, some beef that never got settled properly in the streets. So, but Buckwheat was never part of the Skummz. He was just a home invader, you know, a local rapper that was a home invader back then, you dig? Now, as far as Tony, the shit was funny with me with Tony because there was 2 other individuals from the Skummz of the Earth. It was Toby and Billy. Toby was the nigga we knew was nutso, but he had got jumped at a house party, and the nigga moved to Denver, and you know, and I ain't heard or seen the nigga since. Ever since I heard he got jumped and got chased out the valley. His cousin Billy, the nigga was from my hood at one point, you know what I'm saying, but he went to prison, and you know, this is what I heard. I heard the nigga went to prison and dropped the soap, and now the nigga claiming Pacoma Paru, you know what I'm saying? So out there in the A1A, you know, he doing that, I guess. But Billy, you know, Billy used to rap with us. He was dope back then, but you know, the nigga went to prison, and I guess when he came out, he became gay. Now this nigga Cor Logic, honestly, I only seen the nigga 2 times. One time when he gave me and my dog a ride back home, coming from Riff Raff house when we laid down like 5 songs that day. We laid about 5 tracks, and he came through later on during the session. I can't remember if the nigga rapped or his homie rapped, but you know, those two niggas, I don't know either or, they both rapped. You know, it was either Cor Logic or the other, you know, skinny toothpick motherfucker he bring over there. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Sideshow Bob and shit. The second time I seen the nigga at the park. You know, them niggas, he was over there with Riff Raff, and he invited me and Myth to go see him. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas had some weed over there. So them niggas was smoking on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I was with Shaka Khan's son. So Shaka Khan came through my crib. Nah, he met us somewhere out there. I think it was off of like Woodman and Victory. He met us halfway. You know, me and Soul Myth, we met Shaka Khan's son on Woodman and Victory, and from there we went straight to the park that was on Sherman Way. So when we went to the park, we was, you know, chilling for a minute, smoking and rapping. But when it was time, you know, for niggas to break out, because we seen like the cops roll by while we was rapping. We was rapping over at that park, probably like, you know, 3 hours or whatever. Probably 3-4 hours. You know, I know it was from like 7 at night to like 10 at night. You know what I'm saying? We was just up there, you know, just rapping, just no battling, just straight up rapping though. So when it was time for everybody to leave, you know what I'm saying? Riff Raff, he left first. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he lived from a distance where the park was at. The only nigga that lived literally close to the park was Corey. You know, Corey is in Cor Logic. He was the only nigga that lived nearby the park. He didn't want to let us use the phone. He didn't want to like show us no fucking support as far as, you know, helping us to use a phone for we could call our motherfucking ride to come get us. So I know Shaka Khan's son was pretty much mad at that nigga for that shit. And I was mad too, because I thought them niggas was my niggas. When at the end of the day, them niggas never were my niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when you got gang bangers that's affiliated with gangs, and you got just regular rap niggas. All them niggas was just regular rap niggas. You know, they wasn't with the business whatsoever. Them niggas was a bunch of house niggas. You know what I'm saying? So the point of me of making this motherfucking tape is to let Cor Logic know that if you got problems with me for making this motherfucking biography about you funny looking niggas, holler at me, dog. You can either post the motherfucking video or hit me up online and let me know how you feel about this shit, because that was some crooked shit for you not to let us use the phone or even go to your house to, you know, use the phone or even spare some motherfucking change for your niggas that was stranded that night. Cause I wasn't by myself. I was with a homie that I thought was my homie, and I was with a visitor that was Shaka Khan's son, and he left us stranded.